Hello YouTube, welcome back to Rimworld and the center of the nebulous plains. When last we left off, we basically decided to, well, we were starting to do our whole terrain changing yada 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 blah blah blah. We got rid of all the junk that was down here thanks to Min and more specifically her Militor compatriots. She and Tail also unfortunately developed the flu, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. They are well and truly getting more immunity than they are getting. Actually, I can preach health to Tail, and that should help her be able to heal up faster, right? Yes. So Tail is 1000% going to be fine. Another thing that we did last episode was we began work on our workshop and our soon-to-be recreation hall. The rec hall itself already has its first recreational building, the punching bag. And also, our workshop here already has its first workbench put in here, the machining table. Unfortunately, it's a bad temperature because, well, this is cooling it down. This is helping to cool it down, and it's underneath a mountain, so it's already going to be super cool. So, yeah. We need to build a few heaters to up the temp. But that'll be fine. We can do that pretty easily. And the pollution is almost away. As you can see, installing those the three new pumps have really changed things up in a significant way. In a very good way too, honestly. So they're not doing too bad. And we're losing chickens. And sheepies. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I should add that one there. Willing to bet that was probably underneath one of the junk and I just didn't see it. Gar is, of course, using the punching bags. Workshop is now at a good temperature, so, yep, these things will be well and truly used. And, yeah, we will make sure to add the... Yeah, okay. Okay. Any other details? No? Nope, nope. We were pretty bog standard with it, apparently. Alrighty. Fair enough. The slag I might have to up a little bit once we move it over, but that'll be fine. And realistically speaking, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be moving this dumping zone anyways. Actually, I am going to be moving this dumping zone. Yep, I'm just going to be moving it. Alrighty, so we only got a little bit more of the planting area over here that needs to get cleared out. This little spot here that needs to get cleared out, and pretty much the entirety of most of the hay grass area too, and a little bit of the strawberries here. And we have a transport pod crash. We have ourselves Psych. Who is, of course, one of our enemies. However, they are Yucatan. Yakin? Whatever. These guys are basically Wookiees. Yeah, I'm not even joking. They are basically Wookiees. Animal war call, slow wound healing, psychically dull, naked speed, aggressive, strong melee damage, sleepy, robust, and then furry to all get out. Yeah, like I said, Wookiees. They are Wookiees. And honestly speaking, we've been needing somebody who was willing to be our animal person anyways. 6 hours? Yeah, we got more than enough time. Where are you at, Mech? Sorry to have to tell you this, but, no. No. Now, you know what, Mech? Let's do a little bit of tending before we capture Psych. And let's turn both of these on temporarily. And also while we're doing that too, just to make it look slightly nicer, install some lights. Come on. Okay, no immediate danger. Capture. Once there's no immediate danger, capture them. New quest available. Desperate refugees. Acme is approaching with a child in tow. They say a great flash storm burned down their home. They asked permission to stay in center for 17 days so they can rest and recover. You know, I'm not an a-hole, and we got a little bit of extra space too, these 2 bedrooms. So sure, what the heck, why not? Come on in. Okay, we got you. And the kid's not yours. Okay. Alrighty. Well, she's actually really not bad. I mean, only thing she's really good at is artistic and being a good talker, but she's also a really good, well, fighter. How about the kid? Oh. Dang. Oh, shit. If we can convince them to stick around. Dang. I mean, Acme I'm not too worried about, but the kid. The kid. Ooh la la. I was just talking about how I needed that, so yeah. Actually, I'm not even going to have that kid hunt because, well, obviously I'm not going to have him hunt. And yeah, we're going to have you be our fisher because we haven't had a real fisher for quite a while, actually. We're running low on, well, fish. So do some fishing, kid. And that and that. You are going to be our top artist. And yeah, we'll let you be a hunter. We'll let you socialize, help out with the kids, plural. And yeah, we'll only do that just because we kinda, sort of, need to. Actually, I can just have you also helping with fishing too. Actually, yeah. Actually, yeah. I can just... Yeah, I can just have Lady relax from the whole helping out with the animals thing. Yeah. That'll be good. Okay, cool. And these are definitely empty rooms, right? Yes, yes, good. Okay, good. Good. Making sure. And Psyche is still wounded, but yeah, she's going to be fine. And I'm still going to go and... I'm still going to go and recruit her. Still going to recruit her, but... There. I'll just deal with that later. Okay. So yeah. That was just a straight freaking increase to our manpower by leaps and bounds, actually. Okay, cool. Good, their gear is actually warm enough to keep them fine during the spring. Alright. And as we get fewer and fewer of these pollution spots, these pumps are going to be fighting with each other to try to clear them out. It's gonna be great. Oh, and our billiards table is done. The reason why I'm building everything out of marble is just because of how pretty it looks. It's just free beautification of your stuff. So, there's no reason not to. Honestly speaking, there's just no reason not to. And apparently, Akimi is taking the whole catfishing approach, where you stick your arm in the water and pull out a catfish, apparently. Or whatever the heck the... Oh, hey, the poker table's done. Sweet. Strategic skills and... Okay, yeah, so... It's, well, shit, this helps me out a lot. Okay, so... The poker table is cerebral play. And you can see here all the different types of recreational types. Solitary relaxation, which is basically just running... Going to your own bedroom and just, or going somewhere where there's nobody else and just chilling, like sky watching or something like that, I believe. Social interaction, which is basically going to a meetup spot like a table or, well, pretty much a table, and just chilling out and occasionally talking with anybody who might decide to come by. Dexterity play, which we already told you about with the horseshoes and the pool table. And then the cerebral play, which is for marble, which is for the poker table here, sorry. And the chess table that we also are building right now TV watching, which is self-explanatory, just watching a TV. Telescope study, which, once again, self-explanatory. Music, which we do have a few options. Not right now, but we do have a few options on that one. Chemical consumption, which is basically like various drugs, I believe. Yeah, various drugs that you could take for recreational. Food consumption, which is basically like the ambrosia or beer or stuff that isn't technically a drug. It's foodstuffs. Reading, which, once again, self-explanatory. Dessert consumption, which is a newly added a mod-added recreational thing where you can actually create desserts for people to enjoy, and it gives them a decent mood buff. Bath relaxing, which I didn't even know that there was a thing called... Well, yeah, I guess I do know that there are actual things called big bath things, but that's another mod thing, but we don't have the technology to do that yet. Performing, which I'm pretty sure is, I want to say similar to music, only it's where you actually, you know, like sing and dance and shit. And this is just, you know, for listening to music. This is for like performing music and singing and dancing. This is for just listening to the music. And there are actual like radios that you could actually listen to that are different from TVs. Researching, which I didn't even know that was actually a recreational thing, but alright, cool, that's self-explanatory. Computer usage, which we've already kind of talked about that with ladies learning. We don't have the technology yet. Strength play, which I'm not too sure about where we get that recreation. And electronic play, which I'm pretty sure comes from screwing around with, where are you? Light bulbs, I believe? Light bulbs or something similar to that effect, I believe. But yeah, those are all the recreational types, and as you can see, it can get pretty nutty. And obviously, since, you know, they do have the whole, you know, needing sociability, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, we're gonna do that. And to make sure that we can be fine, I am going to make a marble door straight from here to here. That's going to give us two benefits. One, it's going to make it so that we can stop using the dang table out here for meals, because that'll stop people from eating them outside in the cold, while still allowing us to keep the table, ate with the table modifier, or stay away from the ate without a table, you know, debuff, because apparently there's no modifier for, hey, we ate with a cool table. So, yeah, that is what it is. Mech, I'm gonna need you to work on that. I'm gonna need you to really work on that because, yeah. Sorry I have to tell you this, but, we're not playing around with that. We ain't having this place cool down. Even though, obviously, it is completely capable of doing so. Oh, hey, Boomloaf. We actually managed to tame one? I didn't think we had any running around the place. Oh, apparently I must have missed it. No. No, it works for me, I guess. Mech, finish up the door. Then you can work on that one. Okay. Good. Now, I will say that this is kind of going to be a bad thing that we're going to be opening up the space to there. However, it is kind of necessary. Well, not necessary, but it's beneficial. because then I can just deconstruct this stuff. Deconstruct these. Make sure that the book's not about to be deconstructed. And suddenly we're going to be... Oh, wait. No, hang on. Hang on. Cancel the deconstruction on these. Even though, honestly speaking, they're going to build that stuff before they deconstruct. But just to be on the safe side, just in case anybody gets any bright ideas. And these wool armchairs here, these sheep wool armchairs, they are... Oh, hey. Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, they are very, very, very comfortable. So, like I said with the beds here, any mood buffs you can give them is going to be very good. Because these right here aren't very comfortable. They're not going to be super great. Yeah, you can see right here the quality does matter. Since it's excellent, it's getting a 124% modifier. Originally, it's 50 base comfort, but after that, it gets way better. Now we go, oh yeah, right here to this. You see how this is 0.80 raw comfort level. That's a whole 0.30%. Heck, with them being, you know, with them being excellent, they are not able to actually even get up to the same level as the wool armchairs normally. Now, obviously, if the armchairs are, you know, of awful quality or of poor quality... Oh, hey, Neo. Anyways, continuing my line of thinking, poor quality or whatever... Huh. Spring, though. I thought it... Oh, well, whatever. So, I was a little off on the whole when she was going to be turning into an adult thing. Oh, well, anyways. Yes, these armchairs are very, 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 very handy. Especially if they're doing... things like, well, researching. Spending large amounts of time researching, that comfort can really help them out. Or making stuff really help them out. Which is why, honestly speaking, I usually just, once I actually have a dedicated workshop, yeah, I put down armchairs. That way, when they start making stuff and spending a lot of time doing it, it becomes, well, it becomes a case of them not having to have a terrible time doing so. Alrighty, so on to Lady. She has aged up. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What can we give you? Alrighty, so we can choose 3 skills for her to have passion in. Of course, we're going to up her intelligence, her shooting, and her medical. Because, well, to be honest, it's kind of stupid not to. It would be kind of stupid not to. Intelligence, she already has that, a passion in that, so upping it even more can basically allow us to turn her into our main researcher gal. Shooting, basically giving her a passion in shooting is just going to help her, well, be able to shoot. She's already going to have an awful gene for it, so any amount of benefit to it is kind of necessary. Any amount is going to be a benefit to it. And the medical, because obviously, you know, we want more doctors around. We want more doctors around. Okay, so we have Iron-Willed, Desensitized, Kleptomaniac, Perfectionist, Cannibal, or no trait for the traits that we can choose. Like I said, usually when you reach a certain certain growth tier, this is basically one of the guaranteed, you know, traits. Just in case, you know, you don't want any of these. Which, honestly speaking, if it weren't for the top one, Iron-Willed, I would probably, yeah, I'd probably go with no trait, because Cannibal, I mean, fine, but, you know, she'd want some human meat, and it'd become a mood debuff if we don't get her meat. Human meat. Kleptomaniac will, well, basically start... Kleptomaniacs will basically steal things from any sort of allies, or, well, like the thing says, it steals from guests or allies or anybody like that. And it's going to piss them off. We don't want that. Desensitized is fine. It's not bad. Actually, that one's not bad at all, actually, now that I think about it. I was thinking of something else. But yeah, that's not bad at all. She wouldn't have a problem with her family dying or anybody dying. She wouldn't have any problems with anybody dying, but honestly speaking, I don't think that'd be much of a... That's not as much of a benefit as Iron Will. Iron Will basically lowers her mental break threshold. Meaning that it would take a lot more for her to have a mental break before, you know, she'd actually have a mental break. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with Iron Willed, because that's just going to be handy as all hell for her. And since she did age up, let us just make sure that she has all the other stuff handled. And like I said, I'm going to make her our secondary researcher when she's not busy helping out with the plants and the people in the prison. I'm also going to up her doctoring skills because, well, actually I'm going to up everybody with a passion for doctoring to the highest tier, because I want people to be doctoring ASAP. I don't care what else they're doing. If somebody's in the hospital and needs some doctoring, we want it doctoring. And yeah, we are really good with our plants now. We just have a little bit left in this field, a little bit more in this one, and just the hay grass left. That's all we got left for our own, you know, growing zones. Obviously, here in the animal pen, there is some left over, which we gotta deal with. But yeah, for the most part, not bad at all. Not bad, and not too bad, not too bad at all. And, Min. Go and start converting Akimi. Oh. Huh. Well, hers isn't too bad. How about you? You have the exact same one. Okay, how bad is yours? Okay. Huh. Aside from child labor, do we have any problems with child labor? Hang on, let me see here. Do we have any problems with child labor? No. And by that I mean we don't have anything about child labor in here, so yeah. He's probably... No? No? Well, okay, cool, I guess. I guess that works. Well, then, Min, you can just not do that. Their ideology is not opposed to ours. Or I guess I should say I'm not opposed to their ideology. It's not our ideology, so it's not exactly something I'm going to be super duper, you know, incensed by or need to go and fix or add to ours, but... Oh, and we've got our heater going, so now this place is going to heat up a little bit. Good. And this is staying stable. Good. That's what you want to see. You want to see, while you're hovering over here, that on the right there, just above our little temperature thing there, I mean our fast forward buttons and all that jazz, you'll see up above the weather, clear, indoor 30F, or 30 Fahrenheit. 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, you want to make sure that it's not constantly trying to go up or do that. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, kid, welcome. Hey, well, hey, whoa, hey, Don't even try to stress, kid. Well, welcome to the team. I will say, lady, I am going to need to switch your weaponry around because that gun is not for you anymore. Once you're done with that, drop the shotgun off. So yeah, you are going to come and equip that, and you are going to, once you get up here, I'm also going to have you equip that as a sidearm. Because Yugatons have strong melee damage. Now, you might be wondering, why exactly... Oh, never mind, that's just increasing his melee damage factor. It's not actually increasing his melee skill. Okay, my bad, sorry. I thought it was melee skill. But still, anyways. We're gonna want him to have, well... We're gonna have him drop the club and the shiv, because... you don't need that stuff. Okay, kid. Get yourself some good gear. And yeah. This kid is... yeah, this kid is not ever having any problems unless a heat wave comes in. Unless a heat wave comes through, that kid is not having any problems chilling out in our colony. At all. Oh yeah, and since we are getting rid of that, we are going to want to go and smooth this terrain. And since we're going to do that, we might as well just smooth the entirety of our rock area here. And actually, since we're going to be doing that, since we are going to be doing that, I do kind of want to do that. I want to make a, I am going to make this a little bit more of a path. Now, normally I wouldn't want to do this, but there's two reasons why I'm fine with it now. One, we're going to be having an even larger field up here, so losing a little bit down here is fine. In fact, I might just, yeah, do that. In fact, I might just do that. I could just do the entire area here, but I'm not going to because that would be a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. And another biotech genetics lab, which we're not really too caring about yet. Okay, so the one of our guests that we really wanted to keep is going to be staying here. Which actually means that, Psych here... Sky here? Yeah. Sky here. I'm probably just going to toss her ass out the door, honestly speaking. After I'm done converting her, I think I'm just going to toss her ass out the door. Yeah, I think I'm just going to convert her, and then I'm going to toss her ass out the door, because I don't need her anymore. I got Bakut. And as we've shown with Lady, kids can get really, really nutty. I mean, it's kind of a shame that he's, you know, he's already so old. We missed the first two growth tiers. I mean, first two growth moments, but... that's fine. I mean, the kid's not bad at all. In fact, he's far from bad. Yeah, he's far from bad. The whatever the fuck this thing's called. The plant guy. And animals guy. Nature dude. There we go. Let's just call it nature dude. It increases his already crazy and awesome plants and animal skills. And body modifier, that's also really good because he's a... like I said, he's a Yucatan? A Wookiee. He's a Wookiee. So we're going to want him to be... well, he's probably going to eventually grow up to be our one of our biggest fighters. And more often than not... Oh, hey. Party Frenzy. Mech's gonna be getting recreation even faster than normal. Sweet. Anyways. Yeah, the Wookiees are good. There's a reason why I call them Wookiees, and that's not just because they're all furry dudes who don't really wear shit. Or move faster when they don't wear shit. They're pretty much Wookiees in fighting context too. So, wooden. I messed up. I meant to make you marble. Well, that would explain why they weren't, you know, doing anything with that, because we probably don't have any wood. That would explain why they probably weren't doing nothing. And this area is now completely clear of all of our rocks and such. And we are really, really, really close to being done with... Yeah, this one can now be destroyed because... Actually, no, we are going to just uninstall you. Yeah, we are... We're not going to destroy them. Or at least not all of them. We're gonna uninstall 3 of them, and then the other 2 we're gonna deconstruct. And these 2 I'm uninstalling more because it's gonna take them a while to actually go and, you know, deconstruct anything. So, yeah. Uninstalling they do immediately, but deconstructing it's less of a priority above, you know, actually building stuff. And you, yes, you are very much, yeah, that is perfect for you. I could lower it even further if I wanted to, but, nah, that'll be fine. This way, in case I want to, I could also put another one right here. Stockpile zone of this right here. Actually, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Realistically speaking, that really wouldn't be a bad idea. Just copy these settings, paste them over here, put this as a low priority, so they'll put them here first, but then if this becomes full up, we can just stockpile more right here. Right around the graves. And I think this counts as... Okay. Yes-ish. I mean, it doesn't really count as a recreational type, for obvious reasons, but it can count as a meditative site, which, if we come here, meditation spot, put one there. Now, whenever people have a morbid psychic whatever that they need a meditation spot for, they can meditate there. And in case there are any psychic, you know, meditation needs for junk, that will also satisfy it. We're about to go and get that table set up, so let's just deconstruct all this stuff. And that's done. Stop that being a gathering spot. Turn this into a gathering spot. And couch, sheep wool, couch. Actually, get rid of this one. Actually, no, we will have that one there. It's just, we'll do that and that. And now I'll have a TV hanging out right here. Once we actually have a, you know, TV. And that'll be good. Do we have anything else in here that we have any interest in? No, I'm gonna go with. Okay, neat. Alrighty, we're doing pretty good. And I think... yeah, I'll let you do that. But I'm going to want... Mech, what are you doing? Oh, you're doing the exact same thing. Okay. Okay, I guess. A mad donkey. Okay. Looks like we're getting more meat, people. And occasionally you do have to come over here and choose to hunt them, because obviously if they die of blood loss after hitting your traps, there's a good chance they'll not actually be counted as being killed by you. And if they're not killed by you, if they're killed by an animal out here, you see this raccoon right here? It got killed by a warg. It got hunted and killed by a warg and then eaten by said warg. And because you didn't kill it and it died by something else, it's not allowed. I assume this is to keep your colonists from accidentally going out there while there are hungry animals and getting themselves killed by said hungry animals. But I'm just speculating. I'm just guesstimating. Oh, hey. We can actually reach the power supply from there. Sweet. And solar flare. Of course there's a solar flare. Conversion. Okay, cool. Lady convinced Psych of her ideology. And now she's immediately tossing her out the door as soon as she's converted. I should have left it for fully healed. Okay, oh well. Oh well. And solar flare's ending, so everything's getting back online. One bad thing about this is... oh, why did I not know that that was a thing? Nope. Okay. Okay. Darn it. I was kind of hoping that I could just... well, what if I... would that work? No. Darn it. Okay. Darn it. I'm gonna have to do this the slow way. And yeah, this... I didn't even know that you could actually do this way. Which works for me, I guess. Kid's pants. Kid's parka. Kid's shirt. Make cape. And now we could deconstruct that. And we also make a sheep wool armchair. And where's our boy? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. Okay. So, one thing I do want to point out is that what's messing around with sheep wool, you can use other stuff for that, too. You can use muffalo, yada, yada, yada. In fact, the muffalo kind of would be a slightly better idea to use if you were going more along lines of being a trader group. Like, if instead of being like me, where you were just basically gonna hold yourself up in your little place here and just slowly build up your riches by every now and again trading with some traders that might come by. Instead, if you wanted to go and get money yourself, like go out there and actually trade yourself, first and foremost, that is 100% a thing you could do. And second, if you were going to do that, I would suggest getting Muffalo. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of traders that you see come through our area here have Muffalo. The Muffalos are just good. They are just straight up good. And there's a reason for it. They are good. They are very good. And we are reinstalling you over here. And yeah. Oh, masterwork. Yep, Min made a masterwork cape. In case you're wondering, the quality of the clothing also changes its properties. Like, for instance, this shirt that he's wearing. There are properties to the shirt. Sharp, blunt, heat armor, insulation for the heat and cold, and yeah, as well as beauty. Well, beauty doesn't really matter, but how much it deteriorates per day. Because yes, the clothing obviously does deteriorate. You see how all of it's like 71, 58, yet Mech here really barely ever goes out and fights? Yeah, that's not because, you know, it just takes that much whenever he gets hit, which it does, but it's something else. It's the quality modifier of it. For instance, the Sharp here, it normally has a... Well, I don't know what it normally would be, but yeah, I think that it's normally a modifier of... It's probably normally a modifier of, like, I'd say 16 or 17. Actually, I can probably just look that up. Oop. Bills. Add bill. Where's our button-down t-shirts? You button-down t-shirts. Okay, so here you are. What it normally looks like is sharp and heat armor. That's what it normally has. But because of the various modifiers of the material used, it can actually change it pretty crazily. Yours was, what was it? A plain leather. Okay, let's go see what the plain leather looks like, because I am actually curious myself. Plain leather. Where you at? Plain leather. Okay, so normally the sharp armor is only 16.2, but his is 18.7, I believe. So yeah, it adds a bit more depending on the quality. Of course, obviously, that's assuming it's normal quality. If it's worse than that, like it's awful or poor, yeah, you're going to get less benefits. It's going to be worse for obvious reasons. And Mech and Gara got into a fight because Mech decided to be an idiot and insult her. Yes, you guys had a decent fight. I mean, you guys had a decent opinion of each other before, but then you decided to be idiots and argue. Very smart call there, Mech. Very smart call. Okay, well, the good news is they're both humans, so they shouldn't being the keyword here, have a huge amount of damage done to them. Of course, I say that, but if you look at, if you've been on the internet, yes, they can, you know, tear out eyes, they can rip off body parts in a social fight. It's something stupid that happens, but it does happen. It does happen. And yes, I believe it is as stupid as it sounds. Once you're done with that couch, I want you to go and take care of that. I want you to go and actually get rid of this, please. There. Now we've gotten rid of this. So now everybody should be focusing more on coming over here and hanging out on the table. And we got another anima pod sprout. Okay, yeah, go harvest that. Neato. Yep. And as I said, they focus on the construction before they do any sort of deconstruction. So if you have something you want them to deconstruct, don't do like me and have a large amount of construction stuff queued up. Give them some time to actually deconstruct the stuff you want them to deconstruct. I kind of sort of want Akimi to stick around, though, to be honest. I do kind of want her to stick around, to be honest. And how are we doing for... Yeah, no, we're doing just fine. Yeah, like I said, this ideology, I think we're gonna just keep. Honestly speaking, I don't see any problems with keeping it around. Yeah, realistically speaking, I don't see any problem with keeping this ideology around. I mean... Yeah. I think when it says assigned work, it means if I, like, do prioritize them. There's a debuff. If I have them do prioritize work, like, if I grab him and say, yeah, no, he's about to go and do some work, but I'm not making him do it. But if I go and prioritize harvesting, then they would have a problem. Yeah, no, he's doing some work, but not having a problem with it. Cool. Yeah, that's just how that's gonna be. Nice. Tail, what are you doing? You're harvesting... The ambrosia bushes are still alive? Huh, they managed to survive the winter. Nice. Good to see. And just a heads up, no, these aren't going to last forever. As far as I know, they don't last forever. I guess they have been around for a while, but I thought for sure that after you harvested them a certain amount of times, they die out. I mean, they still might, it's just more along the lines of they're not dying out because we haven't been able to harvest them enough times yet. And yeah, I'm forcing Mech to deconstruct these. There's just no reason for them to be sticking around here. And yeah, you see, deconstructed them. We're not getting the components we used back. That's why I didn't deconstruct the other 3. I'm going to keep them around just in case I need pollution pumps. This way I'm saving on components. Realistically speaking, if I was smart, I would have kept the other 2 too. Or I guess I should say if I knew for a fact we were going to have the space for it. Yep. That's gonna happen. people are going to, of course, try to convert each other to their religion, and it's going to cause a little bit of friction, but it shouldn't be anything too terribly bad. Well, 15's still not good, but it's not super terrible. Yeah, it's going to be pretty alright. Alright, cool. Not bad. Oh, yeah, hey, that's something that I need to add. Barber's table? Yeah? I think so. I think so. I hope so, anyways. Alright, where do we want to put this? You know what? Yeah, we're just gonna put that here. Barber's table is something that is going to be a good thing for us. Or I guess I should say is going to be a way to get a little bit more variety within the colony's looking situation, and to get a tiny little itty bitty bit of increased how do I want to put this? A little bit more of a mood buff. There we go. Ada, what are you doing? Sorry I have to say this, but I want you to actually move that real quick. There we go. Okay. And now what are we going to turn this area into? Because up until now, we've been using this as our workshop area. But now that we've got our own workshop area, I want to do a little bit of something else with it. I'm not going to make it into our laboratory because, well, cleanliness is important to it, and with people coming in and out to get to their bedrooms, yeah, that's not happening, people. It's not going to stay clean. So we're going to need a place slightly out of the way, and honestly, I think, well, no, I don't think I'm going to turn this into the laboratory because waste deer wandered in? Oh, okay. Neat. Waste deer buck. Huh, cute. So you know the Fallout universe? Yeah. Any of you who know the Fallout universe? Yeah, the Ragstag doe or bucks? Yeah, this is basically just Rimworld's version of that. Very cute, very adorable, very interesting. Alrighty, let's keep the roof removal train going. Alrighty, so let's see here. I want to make a research area, and you know what? I think I already know where I'm gonna put it. I think I'm going to build a research area over here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the research area over here. I mean, it makes a little bit of sense. We have our containment area for our weird and odd creatures. Then we have our main research area where they can basically keep records of our findings on these things. As well as the prison where we have all of our prisoners can be just right there too, so just an additional good little spot to put it. Yeah. That's what I say anyways. I'm gonna move that down there because... Wait. No, I'm trying to build a new copy. No, move. Move that there. There we go. That works. Okay. Alrighty. Oof. That is a lot of pollution up there, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we got a new quest, the Archaeonexus. Northeast Shoni is looking to expand their territory and are interested in taking over Center, with all of its wealth and technology. If you can increase your total wealth to 350,000, they will take the settlement. In trade, they will offer you part of a map showing the location of an ancient archaeotech nexus. The nexus is thought to be a conduit through which an archaeotech's superintelligence influences the physical world. If you can invoke its power, what happens next could go beyond physical reality. They have only one piece of the map, the other parts are held by other factions. If you accept their offer, the Outlanders will take possession of your settlement, including all items, people, and recorded research. They will bring 5 of your people and 5 of your animals to anywhere you want on the planet to start a new colony. Later, you can trade with others for the final 2 parts of the map. Basically, this is another way to get off the planet. You got the Royal Ascension, you got the Royal Nexus, and you got the ship to the stars. Obviously, this one is slightly more New Game Plus-y. Yeah, that one's kind of New Game Plus-y, where the other ones, I'm pretty sure you can do this kind of the same, where you can continue on story with them, but that one's more kind of New Game Plus. That being said, we're obviously not going to be going with that one. Truth be told, honestly speaking, if we really are going to end this colony, or I guess I should say, when we decide to end our game, end this colony, or colonies, depending on whether or not we actually make more than one colony. What I'm actually planning on probably doing is building our own ship and leaving. And we got a raid. And they are coming from multiple directions. And they are preparing for a while. Okay, we're good. And by that I mean we are really good, like holy crud. I need to go and actually move some of these a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to move, well, eventually I'm going to move those guys. But what I am going to do is, I think I'm going to add some wood traps here. And that way I can save on a little bit of steel. Even though, realistically speaking, eventually we are going to get to the point where or even though, technically speaking, right now we're not exactly doing great on the whole wood front anyways, but yeah, the raid here, you can see, it doesn't say anything about them, you know, trying to get around your traps or trying to do anything of that nature. So, they will most likely run into the trap hallway and they will most likely all die pretty quickly. And no. No, that's not happening, Gara. Yeah, I was a little afraid that that was going to happen. And Flash Storm. Okay, well, that helps us. Well, that doesn't hurt us, so. Okay, so they've begun their attack. They're gonna come in. 2 of them are gonna die. Oh, 3 of them. Okay, sorry, my bad. Wow. Okay. Gara, come down here and capture him. Ada, come down here and capture him. Can you guys make it in time? Yeah, you guys will make it in time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is there something happening? No. No, they just got a little bit too close, so. Okay, cool. And realistically speaking, they shouldn't be able to get through, but just in case, we are going to bring Min on over here. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Well, since you're already here anyways. Actually, go here. That way, as soon as they are all dead, we can grab Aura. And you are going to die in 10 hours, which is just fine with me. And I assume the other guy died on transit. Yes, he did. He died on transit. Okay. Okay, holy shit, he had 17 components? Holy shit. Well, that works for me, I guess. Okay, Min, capture Aura. And you guys can go ahead and stop, with being, you know, chilling out there and go and repair yourselves. Get recharged. And honestly speaking, that's probably what I'm going to do with this area. I think I'm just going to set it up as a recharge station for my mechs. Oh, that's it. That would explain why I had that. Okay, I thought I had enough space, but I didn't. Okay. And you... Okay, Lady is working on you. But she is not all that fast. Okay, she's gonna die. That sucks. Oh well. Should have enough time to save, yes. Yeah. Okay. Lady is going to be getting... Why are you... Oh, you idiot. What the hell? It never even said that it was a manhunter. Never even said that it was a manhunter. What the hell? Never even popped up that there was a manhunter fucking Muffalo. That's bullshit. That is straight up bullshit. What the fuck? You know, I don't mind. Actually, no, I suddenly fucking mind a lot. That is fucking bullshit right there. That is fucking... You know what? No, fuck that. Where the fuck is my goddamn log? History. Messages. Oh, that is fucking bullshit. When the fuck did that pop up? Fucking bullshit of that shit. That is fucking just straight up bullshit. That is straight up fucking bullshit. Fucking goddamn bullshit. Fucking goddamn bullshit. Fucking goddamn bullshit. Fucking straight up goddamn bullshit. Yeah, we're not chopping up. We're not chopping up human-like anymore. Sorry. Don't really have any desire to do that. And we're not actually going to make any sushi ramen anymore. Because, you know, obviously not. And we got an achievement for that, apparently. Yay. So, are we just not gonna bury the freaking goddamn... So, we just not gonna bury him, apparently, people? You know what? No, fuck you all. I'm forcing you guys to freaking go and bury that kid, because he's gonna fucking goddamn become destroyed otherwise. I'm not happy with that. You know what? No. You guys might hate me for this, but I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that. That was kind of a bullshit move right there for the fucking game. That was straight up bullshit with that game. So fuck that. We're gonna keep going back until we fucking find our Babadook. There. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Now, I'm sure there are going to be many of you who are going to say, Alan, that's cheaty. That's cheaty. Rimworld is a story-based game. Losing colonists is kind of the point of the game. You're not supposed to have the perfect colony, which I say, fuck you, I want the perfect goddamn colony. Fuck you, I want the perfect goddamn colony. Is it, you know, story-wise, right to have, you know, the absolute perfect colony where nothing ever goes wrong? No, it's kind of a boring story, yeah, I admit, but, you know, it's also kind of stupid and bullshit, is, when a goddamn manhunter Muffalo happens to just stroll on fucking right up to your goddamn colonist, go mad hunter immediately against one of your kids, and you can't do shit to save the kid. There's your Archaeonexus. Alrighty, and we're back to... Yeah, we didn't lose much. Yep, still got that. Okay, yeah. So we are back to rolling. And yeah, I know there are going to be people who are going to be thinking that I'm slightly cheaty with this. And to which point, I have to say, you don't have to watch. I mean, I've already lost Skull once, and honestly speaking, we're probably going to lose him eventually if they keep having a damn corpse obsession, people. Eventually, if they keep doing that, it's going to result in him, you know, decomposing enough to disappear. I still want Skull to come back, but trying to find one Resurrection Mech serum is difficult enough. Finding two? Next to impossible. Okay. We got a mad squirrel. And, okay, cool. And squirrel meat. And actually, that brings up an interesting point. Let's just get rid of that. And let's also turn that off. Because we don't need any more... Yeah, we're not doing human meat anymore. We were only doing that because Gara used to have a ideology that, you know, was all about human meat. We don't do human meat around here. Our ideology does not do human meat, so No need to keep that. No need to keep that. Oh, and let us just not allow them into here. That way they don't try to eat our, you know, our stockpile of their meats. I mean, the vegetables eventually. Alrighty, so this did not work. I thought it would, but apparently it did not. So we go to miscellaneous. No? Ideology? Ideology. Ideology is the one that we're looking for. Okay, ideology is the one that we're looking for. Because the steel barber's table, yeah, it works like what I'm expecting, but it can only change your hairstyle, and that's only if you want, you know, your colonists to do that. I'll keep it just because in case I ever do have somebody whose hairstyle I want to change, I can, like, say, Gara. But then again, I think it is hilarious that Gara has the twin ponytails or whatever, twin buns, whatever. I think that is hilarious for somebody who looks so damn big and imposing. It's like a big guy named Tiny. It's just a funny little gag. Thing we need is apparently the styling station, if I remember correctly. That's assuming I remember correctly. For all I know, I could just be misremembering. Oh. And actually, that is a very good point. I need to go and I need to remove this roof. Actually, I need to remove these roofs. Yeah, I need to remove all of those roofs. Reason for that is actually pretty simple. Overhead mountain. In here, it's going to be cold enough to where that's not going to be a problem. In here, it's going to be a problem because, well, the insects could suddenly decide to pop into either of these places, and we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Vagabonds hope for aid. A group of poor travelers are approaching looking for help. They are begging for 70 herbal medicine, which we have. Holy crap, dudes! You're clearing us out. I mean, we got the 70, but that is damn near every last bit of herbal medicine we got. I mean, we're gonna do it, but jeez, guys. That's pretty much just making sure we don't have any left for ourselves. Right, okay, you guys are over here. So, who's up and doing stuff? You're learning? Yep, okay. So, Min, when you get up, give them 70 medicine. Okay. So, yeah, that is fine now. Go. Okay. There. We'll have to do the same for in here eventually. We'll have to go and clear out this the roof in here too, but that will be after a bit. After we actually clear this place out entirely of the rocks. That way we can do it all in one go like we are doing down here. Yep, and they are... Okay. She didn't have enough hand space to give them all of it all in one go. You're welcome, dudes. Ah, to sneeze. Alright. So we're doing pretty alright. Let's move you up here. And, oops, shoot. And build a couple of you guys. Build an extra one, and build an extra one. Alright, there. Yeah, our defenses are mostly wood and steel based. But the wood isn't too bad. It's obviously a completely renewable source of stuff. Steel we have, well, I'm pretty sure we have a large abundance of. Oop, wrong ones. 1700s is not bad. Okay, what do we got here? Castamos EMI Field. Justin Castamos, a Marquis of the Fallen Empire, wants to perform a low-power test of one of his ship's area attack weapons. If he does, a distant EMI dynamo will blast the center with an EMI field, shutting down electrical devices for... nope. Yep. Don't even need to see the... I don't even need to see the benefits. 7.3 days where we don't have any electrical devices, i.e. we can't cool these waste packs down. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. Nope. I don't care what the hell you offer to give me. No. Nope. Because this would immediately just pollute the entire damn area. And unless I toss them somewhere down here in a building somewhere where they would only go and, you know, dissolve by freezing and not because, you know, they're slowly being destroyed by the outside forces. Which is realistically the only hope that I really would have. Alrighty, and we are finishing up the pen down here. We still need to finish actually doing this one up here, but that's fine. And it appears that our Boomloaf has produced its first chem fuel. Thank you, buddy. We got our mech rechargers. Nice. Bakut is trying to convert Gara, which, okay, fine. Fair is fair. Whether in this timeline or the previous one, Ada tried to recruit you to ours, so that's fair enough. We've got, yeah, this place is now indoors again, as is this place. Yep. And the Constructoid is finishing up the last of the... Yep, tilled soil. So, yeah. Now this place has quite a bit of nutrient growth. You can see that the consumption is really is higher than the, growth of it, that's kind of a misleading one, thanks to all of our mods. And I need to stop having this as a gather spot. Yeah. Go relax in the nice, safe recreation room. And more compacted machinery. Jesus. I'm not used to seeing this much compacted machinery just lying about. Neat. Works for me. And that's something that can happen while fishing. Apparently she fished up some gold. There's gold in them there heels. Oh, hilarious. Mech, once you're done with that, do me a solid and deconstruct all of that. Both of them. We don't need them anymore. And that will allow me to build another one right there. And should I? Yeah, I think I will. I'll build another one right there. We're not too focused on research yet, honestly speaking. Once I finish with my workshop here, I probably will then move on to actually start working on the research area. But for now, I think we should be good. We shouldn't have too much to worry about over there. And I'm just getting rid of more overhead mountains just to be on the safe side. Because I really don't want to mess with insects. I really don't. Eventually it's going to get to the point where I'm going to be deep drilling for resources as well. Which is basically just, there's a... Oh, summer has begun. Sweet. Basically, on your map here, it randomly decides where there's... either it randomly decides where there's resources like compacted machinery or steel or uranium or any of the other types of materials. And you can have a technology where you can actually drill them out of the ground. It's just a building where you got to put it on specific spots, like, say, geothermal well can only go on geothermal vents, obviously. Same goes for the same goes for the mining drill, whatever. Only you can literally put it anywhere. It's just on those certain spots is where you're going to get the resources that I've talked about. Everywhere else, you're just going to get, stone chunks. And the depending factor on what the stone chunk is depends on where you put it down. Like on here, it's going to be marble. On here, it's going to be, granite. And that's just another lab. Don't need to worry about that. So yeah, if you want more chunks, it's a good idea. It's a good way to get the chunks, which obviously we're probably going to do eventually, but not right away. Just eventually. Gotta say, the good thing about you know, opening up your workshop like this underneath a mountain, if you have the stone cutters here, you can really just basically really quickly get through the stone chunks really easily as they come in. It is actually kind of funny just to watch Gara finish mining one that produces a chunk and then seeing somebody really quickly run over, grab it, and start turning it into blocks. And the reason why I'm dropping this by another 2 degrees is because 32 is when stuff stops being frozen. And the temperature here kept rising just slightly over to 33, which only happened for half a second. But that half second is a half a second where it's just refrigerated and not actually frozen. Frozen, they won't ever go bad. They just won't ever go bad, no matter how long they stay in there. Refrigerated, they'll go bad eventually. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Dye self. This is what I kind of was looking for. This steel styling station is what you're looking for. I have a mod, unsurprising here, I have a mod that lets them actually dye their own clothing. Normally, obviously, you go here and it will actually allow you to change how they look. They'll have to use dye to actually do it, but there you are. Where are you? Ah, there we are. Dye. The dye comes from the tincture or whatever. Basically, it can help them change the color of their clothing to whatever their favorite color is. Like Min here, her favorite color is a dark red. Having more than 60% of her apparel in either her favorite color or the color of her ideology is going to make her happy. And if you're wondering what the color of her ideology is, well, you can see it right here. This color right here, whatever this color is. Same goes for these guys. Their ideology color is this one as well. As well as, obviously, they have their own favorite color, which is, oh hey, she's the same as Min, dark red. What about you? Light blue. Awesome. You like olive. She likes dark gray. You like light olive. You like black. Nothing wrong with good black. You like light teal and light gray. Okay. So we've got a bit of a rainbow here. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad, actually. So with the self-dye now, every now and again they'll basically come over here. Yep. Our boy Bab here is back here is already, yeah. He just changed one of his gear into his shirt. His shirt is what he just colored. And once he has, like the thing said, 60% of his clothing in his favorite color, which mostly means one of the other clothing, I'm going to assume, he will have a mood buff. It's not going to be much, mind you. It's really not going to be much. But it is going to be something at least. And I'm keeping an eye on you now that you're nature running, dude. And seeing as how you're an adult now, and I don't need to worry about you, I'm going to have you actually fighting. And seeing as how we do have a little bit of expanded area here, and actually I'm just going to expand it to all of this because I can. Delete that. Delete that. Expand. And you'll see that they're not actually planting anything where we have the, you know, tilled soil going to be being put, obviously. So very, very handy to do that. There we go. And now we can just go and expand the fields again. Perfect. Alrighty. And already I'm pretty sure that we've more than made up for what we lost down here, you know, tiling over the ground. Yeah, actually, I can almost guarantee you we've made back the amount of ground we needed to replace for that tile. Which works for me. And we are going to want to go and, yeah. Perfect. Alrighty, so we're doing actually pretty decently now. Expand the zone. Make sure that that's actually getting turned into tilled soil. Oh. Tilled soil. Because obviously. Mad boom rat? Ah, okay. By the way, these boom rats and boom bats, yeah, they're a part of a mod too. They're a part of the genetic creations mod, and you're about to see what happens when. No, not gonna go. Not interested. Not quite. Maybe. Huh? No. Yes. No. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. There we go. Oh yeah, I can get rid of the wooden door. That is if the fire doesn't take it out first, which I am totally alright with if it does. Nope, not gonna, okay. Yeah, the let's see here, where are you? Boom bat and the boom rats, they are, anything that has kind of like that look to it is a part of the mod that adds in, you know, genetic creations, and those two are a part of the well, Boomaloaf line. They explode too. Unsurprising. If you see anything with the name Boom, just assume that it explodes, because it probably will. Most likely, it probably will. If I had to guess. Actually, I think we basically doubled the size of our fields, actually. Oh, shoot. And I even forgot to talk about this quest right here. Cache of supplies. We've intercepted messages about a collection of valuable items worth about 568 silver, not far from center. The collection consists of Iltex and a small vitromectic power cell. Seems there are 12 man-hunting pugs that are wandering nearby, and there may be an unknown threat. That's not bad. That's definitely interesting. That is something that I'm actually interested in possibly getting eventually. Interested enough to where I'm going to go and put down one of these band nodes, and I'm going to possibly make her go and make another Militor. Honestly speaking. Yeah. Yeah, now we're starting to see some cool changes to their looks. And as you can see, it's not really that much of a buff, only a single point to the mood. But honestly speaking, wow, really? Yeah, that's something you can mess around with on body modder for. It really doesn't matter what kind of artificial part it is, just so long as it's an artificial part that isn't normal. So even a wooden foot counts as a modifier, as a artificial part. I mean, it's not wrong. It is technically an artificial part. It's just not what I would think of when I think of, you know, an artificial body part. When I think of, you know, body parts to be added to a body modder, I would think, you know, like, well, bionics. Something that's better than your ordinary human part, not worse. But to each their own. I'm not about to go and tell the kid how to live his life. Hay grass is growing nicely. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. So, I think, honestly speaking, let's see, how many do we have for 40 and 30, huh? I think we'll maintain that for now. Another year of maintaining that, and then we'll see whether or not I can up it thanks to our new, new amount of all this. Alrighty. And once it's built, this is what it looks like. It's not attuned to anybody, so you do need to tune it to min. But the first time that it attunes somebody, it's going to be real quick, only 5 seconds. If you want to retune it, you'll see that if you want to change it to somebody else, it'll take 3 days to complete. 3 full in-game days to go and change to somebody else. Yeah, needless to say, once a band node is attached to somebody, I never change it to somebody else. It's always going to be on that person permanently and no one else. And somebody managed to get one of the research posts, which, okay, I'm not worried. And we got a war merchant heading our way. Sweet. We've got some stuff I'm sure to sell. Which works for me. I say. Min, what you doing? Initiating? Perfect. Once you're done with that, go get us some new stuff. Of course he went that way. Okay, what do you got? What do you got? What do you want to sell? What do you want to take? Could sell the boom loaf. Honestly speaking, we really don't need that boom loaf, honestly. I was kind of just trying to get him because, well, we didn't have that infinite chem fuel generator. But yeah, we really don't need him. We'll take the medicine because, well, we do really kind of need medicine now. We'll sell one of the seeds because, well, to be honest, we really don't need more than an extra one. Heck, we probably don't even need an extra one, but I'm gonna anyways. We're gonna sell all the knives and the shivs and the clubs. I'm gonna keep all of these mostly just to... Well, eventually I'm probably gonna equip somebody who might become our more policey type dude with this eventually. I am going to sell the Molotov cocktails because this incendiary launcher basically acts the same way as the Molotov cocktails, only this goes further. This shoots further. Sell the toque because, well, obviously we really don't need something that bad. Sell all the gear that is really crappy. And yeah, we're actually good there. We'll be getting some money back. Neato. Now, is there anything we want to get? To be honest, no. They really don't. They're really not selling anything we really give a crap about. All the weaponry they're selling is, well, tribal weaponry. No big shock there. Yeah. Honestly speaking, they're really not selling anything much that we want. We could buy some jerky if we really wanted to, but meh. Not really. We could buy a Cobra if we really wanted to, but once again, no, not really. So yeah, we'll just take that stuff. We'll take the silver. Thanks. That's all I care about. We're good. Let's rock and roll. And Tail started another social fight with Gara. That's great. And okay. Nothing seriously bad. Okay, good. Not great, but not bad at least. Could be worse. Would be nice if they didn't, you know, seeing as how we've got plants to grow, but yeah, sure, I guess. Okay, and there we go. The grow zone has been completed. That being said, we are going to need to remove some roof. Because obviously plants don't do well without sunlight. But that should be all the building we really have left. Yeah. That's all the building we have left, so we should be more or less fine from now on. Now what they should start doing is starting to smooth all of the floors is what they're going to start doing now. Would be nice if they would smooth the walls first, but I can understand why they're smoothing the floors first. And the gestation for the Militor is done. And we are, of course, going to switch him over to Group 2. And lady apparently got expertise in planting, I'm assuming. Yep, unsurprising. Let's have you do... Actually, realistically speaking, pruning. And we're going to have you plant yourself right there. And I'm going to attach lady to it because she is, yes, she is a grower, just like that. And there you go. Ah. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh well. I thought I was just out of the range of it, but apparently not. Darn it. Okay. So, yes. She's now connected, and we will be getting new dryads. And we'll be keeping her at 100% too as well. Now, these guys. What are we going to be doing with these guys? Well, we have several options. We could do medicine makers. We could do berries. We've been through this plenty of times. Realistically speaking, what I think to do... I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to make it a... Yeah, I'm going to make it a nectar maker. Ambrosia is a pretty good one. However, I really don't want them to have to keep coming all the way down here to collect the ambrosia from, well, here. That's just giving them a way... That's just making them way too exposed, in my eyes. Yeah, now they're deconstructing. Okay, I didn't realize that I still had deconstruction tasks out here for them. Oh well, they'll finish deconstructing stuff, and then after that, they'll go to smoothing the walls. I really honestly didn't think that I still had deconstruction tasks out here. Right? Guess I was wrong. Yes, I forgot. Which, okay, fair enough. A hunting rifle. We probably should send somebody to go grab that. Yeah, because it's too close to that. Dang it. That's unfortunate. I should have put it up here. Oh well. It probably still would have been troubled by like one of these power lines or whatever anyways, so. Oh well, we'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's not exactly what I wanted to happen, but it'll be fine. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll be fun. We'll be fun. We'll be fun. It does bring up an interesting point, though. I probably already talked about this, but eventually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand out this way, close off this way. That way I can take these two geysers for myself, as well as getting this gas geyser too. Now, I haven't really talked about that because, once again, it's a mod. But basically, what it can do is, well, a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's go to the vanilla expanded. And we will go to gas extraction. Here we go. So, if we get gas extraction, what it does is it basically adds in a whole bunch of different gas-powered stuff, so you can save on electricity and other such stuff. Oh hey, Rail Tribute Collector. Yeah, you got gas lamps, you got gas heaters, floodlights, coolers, more lamps, cremators, smelters, smithy, stove. You got your powered generators, gas-powered launchers, refineries, and another power generator, just bigger this time. All of which is not bad. Eventually we will be getting that because any amount of, well, saving on various resources, the better. And apparently a warg tried to hunt somebody and failed miserably. Really should have known better. These guys really don't fuck around. These guys really don't fuck around. Okay, so we are, yeah, doing good. Refugees leaving. Okay. So there goes Akimi, which, you know, unfortunate. Have a nice life. Good luck. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But honestly, we kept the good one. And he's already up to growth tier 2. Nice. He is RA age 12 though, unfortunately, so most likely the start of next summer he's going to be aging up. We should hopefully get to that point. Will you two freaking stop fighting? Will you two please stop fighting? You're slowing down production. Sorry, you assholes keep this up. I'm gonna kick your asses. And we completed the quest Desperate Refugees. Unsurprising. Oh yeah, shit. That is something I forgot to do, wasn't it? I should, I should inspect him surgically, but you know what? If something bad was gonna happen, it would have happened already. So we're just gonna count our blessings and maybe be a little bit more careful next time. Because yes, the I'm sure I already told you this before, but the anomaly. Shit. Shit. Okay. Shit. God damn it. Please, please don't let it be the... Please don't let it be Bakut. Actually, it shouldn't be him. Because if he was the, flesh whatever, it would have exploded. Yeah. Yeah, he can't be the messed up one, I don't think. I sure hope not, because we'll see. Alrighty. Well, let's just hope that it was the lady who just left. Let's hope. Yeah, that little flesh bit there, that kind of scared the fuck out of me. Yeah. Because that in and of itself tells us that something's not quite right in the colony. So we're just going to basically queue everybody up to have surgical inspections. Yeah, we just gotta get everybody surgically inspected. Okay. Okay. Lady is fine. Tail is fine. You guys gonna go and actually, you know, patch them up, please? You know, it would be nice if you guys would, you know, not go and let them die. Just saying. Okay. Snow, you're up next. And Min. Actually, we'll do Min first. Yep, no anomalies in Ada. I really hope it's not Min. Okay, good. Okay, Mech's turn. Actually, no, Snow's turn. Clean hospital and then operate on Snow. Okay. Most likely, I'm assuming it was the lady from before. I'm assuming. I sure as hell hope so. But, honestly speaking, it can be pretty much anyone. But, let's just hope it was that, guest lady. So that way we don't have to, you know, have a bad time. Hopefully we don't see any more gray flesh. Hopefully we don't see any more gray flesh. If we do, there's going to be some serious problems. If we do, there's going to be some serious problems, unfortunately. But we've searched through everybody, and yeah. We've searched through everybody. There literally can't be... Well, we haven't searched through Mech yet, but... The only way that it could be... That, you know... Body snatchers or whatever... Yeah, the only way it could be the body snatchers is if, literally... Everybody was in on it. Because Mech, Min, and Snow all did these surgical inspections. So either one of these guys missed it, or all of them are in on it. So let's just hope that's the case. That it was just that lady who was here but left. Let's just hope. Pair of silicone. Yes. We're gonna need it turned on. So when it is ready, we can go and start the fair. A mad beaver. And he's got a long way to go. Oh, yep. See? The plants disappeared. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's only a matter of them being there for a limited amount of time. Eight hours to go before we can actually have that pair of silicone. And of course we're gonna do it because, you know, mood buff and all that. Or at least it should be a mood buff. And make sure that, yeah, I was afraid of that. Make sure to set everybody at that. Unless, of course, there's a little chick, in which case you get herbal medicine. Males get herbal medicine. Mostly so that way I don't have to worry about you guys for sure dying on me. There we go. Herbal medicine. There. Alright. Cool. Min is shearing. Okay, yeah, things are going great. And yeah. And yeah, we're gonna do it. There's a good chance it's gonna be beautiful, and a okay chance that it's gonna be unforgettable, but a somewhat fine chance of it being less than stellar. But hopefully it's good. And it was beautiful. Good. Good. Very good. So now everybody is... there we are. Yep. 6 days of a decent... Yeah, of a decent thing. Good to hear. Inspired surgery. Okay, neato. Well, animal needs treatment. Alright. Go patch up their gashes. Allow that too. And yeah, that should actually be fairly decent. Yeah. Now, there is one thing that I am going to do, and that is I'm going to make this stone area into soil. The reason for that is eventually sheet and the caravan ambush. Ah, yep. Okay, so apparently these guys want us to go and attack a caravan. That's all. They gave us the location, said, hey, these guys are over there. If you feel like being a pal, go and attack them, but we're not going to give you anything for it. Alright, so we got microelectronics. Sweet. Perfect. So now we have our high-tech research bench, which is very, very good. However, do anything beyond this point, we need a high-tech research bench, so we can't do anything beyond that point. Which is fine, I wasn't planning on doing anything past that point anyways. I think what I'm going to do is... I'm going to do an auto door. Yeah, I'm going to do an auto door. Auto doors are nice because they open up really quickly while still maintaining whatever the type of door is. Like, marble doors here are very, very, well, non-flammable, and they are also very beautiful. So that is why I use them for everything, pretty much, to increase the beauty of everything. Downside is they are very slow to open. Marble auto doors, yeah, sure, they're slower than steel auto doors, but they're still not bad to, you know, to open up. Obviously, granite auto doors will be basically the same deal. They're very quick to open. I mean, they're very strong and sturdy, but they're not, you know, very quick to open. Medical emergency? Are you going to... Oh, you might actually die. You might actually die. Wait, that's scary. I'm assuming the one who tended to her was Lady. Because of how low the 10 quality is, which, fair enough. I'm not too worried. And yeah, I'm moving the bookshelf into the rec room because, well, that's where we're going to want the books anyways. So, alrighty. And the triumphant rig has lost a lot of goodwill towards us. I'm impressed that they were so high up to begin with, to be honest. Yep, and Mech is slowly making some chicken nuggets. And we are, like I said, slowly smoothing everything. Emphasis on slowly. Alrighty, and we are doing really, really well for food now. Like, really, really well for foodstuffs now. Yeah. We've got plenty of foodstuffs now. We got 1,400 assorted berries, 500 potatoes, not to mention, you know, various meat stuffs, even though 700 of it is twisted meat, which isn't too fun. And 100 of it's insect meat, which also isn't fun, but that'll be fine. We're doing fine. We're gonna be fine. Mad raccoon. Okay. Cool. And you're gonna come over and get yourself killed. And that's how it done. Okay. Yeah, we're low on medicine, but that's fine. This is slowly going to keep growing. And we got the auto door. And I'm going to do a security door. And while we are doing that, I am going to go over here and go over to marble and do that. There. Now, I will say that, they do require that you have power to them to actually work, as I said, you know, to open up quickly. Otherwise, they act like just a normal door. But you see how slowly it takes them to go into the rec room, seeing as how they choose this as the quickest route. Yeah, it's gonna be something necessary. It's going to become something necessary. Now, you'll see that these corners here, it didn't allow me prioritize them because there was no path available. That's going to happen. If they can't, you know, get alongside one of them, yeah, more often than not, it's going to do something like that, where it's not actually going to, you know, smooth it. So, normally, they should allow you to go and actually smooth it through the corner for some reason, but I don't think it's not gonna let us this time. Is this going to work? No, it did not. Okay, not good. Well, that's fine, because then I'm just gonna go and do that. If it's not going to let me smooth the corners, that's fine. I'll just, well, mine them out and then build something right there. Because apparently you can build diagonally, you just can't smooth diagonally. Which I think maybe is a bug. I'm going to assume. I sure hope it's a bug, because otherwise, well, we got some problems, people. There we go. And clear the prioritized one. I got a job for you. You're gonna continue where Mech left off. Okay. And how are you doing for your needs? You're doing just fine. Okay. Cool. Gotta make sure that when you prioritize stuff, that you're not overworking them. Mech, perfect timing. Smooth, 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 and smooth. And yeah, I think we're doing pretty alright. Yeah, see, I think the reason why why we weren't able to smooth that one was because of the wall. If there's a constructed building that, well, neighbors it won't actually smooth the corner into, well, smoothed. So technically there was a path to it. It's just I had to take out a wall and I wasn't willing to. So we got a 10-year-old kid asking for help, and an EMI is going to hit us for 7 days. Sorry, kid, but that's not going to happen. We got way too much stuff relying on electricity to be okay with all of our electricity shutting down for a day. Well, shutting down for more than a day. Sorry to have to be so blunt, kid, but no. No, 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 no. 1,000 times no. And now that we have done that, I can do something that I kind of like to do just for shits and giggles. And that's to light up my cooler. There's really no need to light stuff up, really. I mean, yeah, it does speed up the construction work. It speeds up all kinds of work, obviously. So, it does kind of help you if you're trying to go and, you know, do stuff like, say, smoothing floors. It does kind of help by a little bit, but it's not necessary. Alright, and Bakuk has become an adult. And he wasn't obviously very high up, so unfortunately we only got to choose a single trait. Which, honestly, ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. He is... Honestly speaking, Tycoon is going to work a lot. It's going to work great. Yeah, Tycoon is going to work great. Upper social by an extra 4. But that extra crafting is going to be even nicer. We could make her a jogger, though, which will make her move even faster. But I really like the Tycoon. We're going to go with Tycoon. Now, if we go into here, yeah. Very good. Very, 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 very good. Very good. And seeing as how you are an adult now, we will have you wield the marksman rifle. The fuck? Why is there a wild dead gander here? Ada, you're an idiot. You don't have any other friends than Lady. Then again, Lady doesn't exactly have a lot of friends either, and... Oh, yeah, she doesn't really like men. Okay. Oh, well. Weird, but oh, well. Weird stuff just keeps happening around here. Works for me, I guess. And see how fast Gara just goes through here? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. That's how fast the auto doors work. That's what we really, really like to see. Problem is, the auto doors work like any other, you know, electrical equipment, and they can obviously break down and require components to repair. That's why I don't really use them a lot. I only use them for certain situations, like, say, for high traffic areas. Which I'm sure isn't too surprising. I'm sure that's what they were intended for anyways. High traffic areas. Alright, well, honestly speaking, I think this is probably a good time to end the episode because we've done amazing. We've managed to, well, I say we've done amazing. We had to kind of use some time travel to make sure that Back doesn't, you know, die quickly on us. But other than that, we've managed to create a pretty successful colony. We've got ourselves a second Nexus tree that's going to be creating our various nectar dryads, which will be giving us our ambrosia, which is a very good recreational food item to have. We have all of our kids aged up, so we are well and truly good. We can have him actually going in... Sorry, her. We can have her shooting and killing and doing the things that she needs to do. We can actually go in here and actually switch the stuff that she normally wouldn't have been able to do as a kid and have her actually be able to do it now. Yeah. But yeah, we're doing just fine. Just dandy. We are very, very good to go. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Do the whole YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribing, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And we'll see you all later. Sayonara.